mo sa katabi mo, huwag kang maging parte sa problema. Right? Can I have my slides up? Okay, so we finished 2 points last time. So, ano yun? Ano nga yun? Number 1 is optimized energy. Okay, optimize ba energy natin? Naintindihan na ba natin bakit kailangan tayo may energy all the time? And that stays consistent with what I've learned from many years ago. Many years ago. Akala mo kung sino matanda no? About 100 years ago. So, I've actually learned when I was still a young leader, I learned from a very small booklet produced by GE. Sino nga ang ano ng GE? CEO, famous CEO of GE? Jack Welch. So Jack Welch had a 4E requirement from all his leaders. Number 1 is energy. Kasi nga, di ba, people will choose kung sino mag-i-influence sa kanila. And if you don't have energy, people will not allow you to influence them. Right? And number 2, as a leader, you need to be an energizer as well. It is your job to energize other people. So the moment you open your mouth, the moment you step into your workplace, make sure you're ready to energize anyone. Huwag kang mamahagi ng problema mo sa iba. I-energize mo sila. Tama ba? Ayan, parang wala na. Wala na energy.
Yes!
Gutom na yata kayo eh. Okay, dilipas din yan. So number 3 is edge. Say edge. Edge is your commitment to continually grow yourself and be the best at what you are doing right now. That's edge. Clear? So in other words, continually, and that means that you try, you keep on attempting, and then at the same time, you attempt, you learn, reattempt, improve, reattempt, improve. You get that? And number 4, he said, is execution. Say execution.
Execution.
That means you always need to have a goal. So in GE, kailangan meron silang goal all the time. Alright? So anyway, balik tayo. Yan. Segue lang ako kasi prepare pa nila yung slides ko. So number 3 about there are a lot of markers that we found. But 1 is, yes, optimized energy. Number 2 is higher purpose. And the third one is this, continuous growth. I know that you already know these things, right? Pero sometimes it's good for us to be reminded. And also what's powerful about neuroscience is that we understand bakit kailangan siya. Lagi naman na natin naririnig sa ibang tao, tama ba?
Yes.
Sa lahat ng mga mentors natin and all. But now, it's important to understand bakit siya kailangan. Okay, so kailangan ko na ulit ng assistant ngayon. Pero pati another microphone na pwede natin ibigay to my... Sino ang gustong mag-volunteer ng tagabasa? Ayun, meron po tayong gusto mag-volunteer din, ma'am. Bigay po natin sa kanya.
Ano kaya bigyan natin?
Alright. So, bakit kailangan ng continuous learning? Right. Can you please read the first?
Neural adaptation and growth. Number 1, neuroplasticity. This is your brain's ability to rewire itself throughout life. A growth mindset harnesses this, seeing challenges as opportunities to strengthen neural connections and create new ones.
Sino rito ang gusto mag-explain? Neuroplasticity. Anyone? Neuroplasticity. Anybody wants to explain? Alright. All the time, our brains are rewiring. You get that?
Yeah.
So, hindi totoo yung hardwire because hindi talaga siya hardwired. It's neuroplastic. In other words, it's very flexible. Okay? So what you don't know now, you can actually learn later on. Are we here?
Yes.
So your brain is very adaptive, and in fact, it is changing forms literally every moment. Hello? It's a very dynamic organ. You get that? Very dynamic organ. So there are 3, gusto nyo matuto konti about neuroplasticity?
Yes.
Tatlong bagay ang neuroplasticity na nangyayari. Number 1 is called myelination. Yung myelin sheath, diba? So for example, diba nag-connect na tayo? Di ba yung mga endings ng neurons natin, ang tawag doon, yung mga kamay nila, dendrites, and they will connect at the end of that, sending those impulses to another. So nagko-connect sila. So certain intelligence that you have is already a bundle of those neurons connecting together. Get that? So kung magaling ka sa sales, magaling ka magsalita and all, more likely you already have a huge highway in your brain for that. Hello? We're getting it. Now, para mas stabilize siya, kailangan ng tinatawag na myelination. And what's responsible for that is a fatty acid, which is omega-3 fatty acid. Okay, that's why sabi nila na kailangan mo for your brain ang biomega. Hello? Do we get that? So, very important yon. At fats, para neuroplastic pa rin siya. So, isipin mo kung stainless kaya yung tumubo doon, di ba? So, hindi ka na marunong mag-adjust. So, sabihin mo sa katabi mo, marunong ka palang mag-adjust dahil puro pala fats yan. Hindi pala stainless yan. So, huwag mong sabihin na, hindi na makaka-adjust, di para sa akin yan, or what? From here? Kasi kung walang tumutubo na bakal sa ulo ninyo. Hello? Alright. So, that's the easier part. That's actually the easier part. The second part that's mid to easy is actually the synaptic connections. Yung sinabi ko kanina na when you are, remember sometimes that, let's say you already have an existing skill or existing bundle or highway in your brain, and then something is introduced. So, initially, you are, ganito pala. So, yung utak mo, magdudugtong sila, that's already there, pero magba-branch out siya, tapos mag-create siya ng mga bagong connections. You get that? Are we here? Yes. So, ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng bagong synaptic na connections. Ang kailangan for synaptic connection, this is where habits come in because you have to repeat it again and again and again until it becomes an established highway. Kaya sa simula, mahirap talaga lahat dahil nag-establish ka pa lang ng synaptic connection sa utak mo. Alright? So, huwag mo isipin na magiging madali. Ang problema sa karamihan tao, for example, nag-join sila ng USANA, na-realize na rin, hindi naman pala ganun kadali, mag-quit ka na kagad. So you're never gonna develop some form of expertise or skill if that is your attitude. That's why you need to be dedicated to learning again and again until it becomes established. Because lahat ng mahirap, one day nagiging madali. Kaya kung ako ikaw, gawin mo na ang lahat ng mahirap ngayon, pero ikakayaman mo para pagdating ng panahon, madali na lang para sa iyo ang magpayaman. Tama ba? You go through what you need to go through right now. Huwag kang mapili. Don't choose the easier way. Otherwise, if the easier way is leading you to success, go ahead. But apparently, that's not the case. Hello? Pagdating ng panahon, magiging madali yan. Nung bata pa tayo, umiiyak pa tayo pag pinapatoothbrush tayo. Tama ba? Dahil mahirap for us. Yes or yes? Yes! And ngayon may mga umiiyak pa ba every time nagtutoothbrush ka? Wala na siguro, tama ba? Because that is already an established pathway in our brains. So parang sales lang yan, parang new skill lang yan. Pag ginagawa mo all the time, pero may mga hacks on that of course. But kung ginagawa mo siya all the time, by discipline, eventually it gets established. Are we here? Yes. But you also have to make it more exciting. Ang tawag namin doon in peak performance design is scaffolding. Di ba minsan, for example, pag di pa tatayo yung, let's say you're building a wall sa construction, pero di pa rebuild, di mo pa mabibuild, kailangan mo ng scaffolding. For some people, they need scaffolding before they get better at what they're doing. So a good, if you're somebody like me who's designing performance optimization programs, I would think about better scaffolding. Alright? So, di ba sabi nila meron mga, in business, they have something what we call, what do they call that? Most valuable product? Is that what they call it? MVP?
Minimum
Minimum
viable
product, right? So sa akin, pagdating sa scaffolding, I would call minimum, minimum lovable support, or minimum lovable whatever that you put an infrastructure around, so that people will love what they do, right? So you can do something like that. So for example, in network marketing, a lot of people don't like calling. Yes? So one form of scaffolding is when you do team calling together. Kasi nagko-coach ka bago tumawag.
Oo nga
So
naman.
that's a scaffolding.
Okay.
So that, because pag hinayaan mo siya mag-isa, hindi niya gagawin dahil takot na takot siya. Pero pag nandun yung team, tapos kung sino ba, tapos let's say you're a group of 4, kung sino ka tatawagan mo ngayon, anong background niya? Siguro ito yung try mong intro. Siguro ganito. Sige, process muna natin. Siguro, and then go. You get that? So that's a form of scaffolding. You also need that. Hindi kasi for some people, hindi pwedeng heroic na, gawin mo lang, kaya mo yan, go, go, go. No. So there are different levels of learning. And courage as well for people. Yes or yes?
Yes.
The most difficult part of neuroplasticity is actually what we call neurogenesis. Ito yung may mag-grow na bagong neurons. By the way, it's not true na after 6 years old, 7 years old, buo na yung utak mo, hindi na siya nababago. This was before neuroimaging technologies were created. But after that, we realized, no, the brain is neuroplastic. It keeps on growing new neurons and also keeps on changing its form and rewiring itself throughout life.
Right.
Literally. Even old people, you can still see new neurons growing, particularly in their hippocampus. Anybody who knows ano function of hippocampus? Long-term memory, right? So since you're always learning and you're always taking in something so that it becomes part of your partly long-term memory, so kailangan siya laging mag-grow ng bagong neurons kasi may bagong ini-input all the time. You get that? That's the amazing part of our brain. Isn't that amazing? Pero yung neurons na yan, when you're older, you actually go lesser in terms of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Neuro, brain neurons, tropic growth. So kailangan ng particular na brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Right? It can be stimulated through exercise. Are we here? And particularly aerobic exercise. And ang trick doon, if you want to grow your new neurons, is it grows almost double when you exercise for like 2 days, you rest for 1 day, and you go back to your aerobic exercise. When you resume after a 1 day or 2 day rest, and then you do it again, that's when you double the amount of neurons. Galing, no? May mga timing na rin. Pwede naman. Diba? So, na-design lahat yan. Yun yung expertise ko. Paano i-design lahat for you. It can even be done for injuries, brain injuries. Like if you're young, you can actually take out, for example, there are surgeries where you take out an entire hemisphere, let's say right hemisphere, but yet, lahat ng functions dapat ng right hemisphere, through neuroplasticity, magko-compensate ang left hemisphere so that it would deliver the same functions of the right hemisphere. Through the process of neuroplasticity. Bakante yung kabila, pero yung function, ginagawa nila. Naghahanap siya ng paraan. Yung utak mo lagi naghahanap ng paraan. Ikaw lang ang hindi. So, tinanong ako one time, so what is it that stops people from growing new neurons or neuroplasticity or whatever para ma-optimize siya? Isa lang ang tamang sagot. Alam niyo kung anong sagot dyan? No. And they don't want to grow anymore.
Oh.
Hello?
Sorry.
So the prerequisite is for you to want to grow. That's why dapat leaders are perpetual learners. There's no end to our learning. You get that? Yes. All right, number 2. Basa.
Synaptic pruning and strengthening. With a fixed mindset, the brain may prune away underutilized neural connections. A growth mindset encourages the brain to strengthen existing pathways and create new ones, increasing adaptability and resilience.
Okay. So, self-explanatory, nagpo-prune pag di mo ginagamit. Kasi hindi unlimited ang energy. Are we here?
Yeah.
So, kailangan niyang pumili saan dapat i-direct yung energy. So, kung ano yung mas ginagawa mo, doon na direct yung energy for neuroplasticity. So, kung hindi mo na siya ginagamit, more or less, nagkakaroon ng pruning. Hello? So, luluwag siya, nagkakaroon siya ng pruning. Kaya minsan, kailangan mo na naman i-practice ulit. Eh, for example, nandito ka na sa Luzana, pero gagawin mo, tapos bakasyon ka na naman ng 2 weeks, tapos kung kailan ka na pan-up, tsaka mo lang gagawin, wala talagang na-establish. Tapos sasabihin mo, hindi naman nag-work yung opportunity na yan. Nag-work na for other people, hindi na nag-work sa'yo. Bakit di nag-work sa'yo? Walang consistency. So consistency is not just discipline, it's actually, literally, when you decide something psychologically, something is happening biologically. Are we here? So akala mo lang mindset yan, pero hindi lang mindset yan, nagiging biology yan. Because your brain will always translate it into a material, even if it's only a thought. Hello? It can even trigger what you call epigenetics. Pero huwag na tayo pumunta dyan. Ang okay na. Okay. Dito na. Mahaba na. Kung example, dami-dami na epigenetics na naman tayo. Okay. So, the learning brain.
The learning brain. Embracing a growth mindset promotes the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, which are essential for learning, motivation, and building new skills.
Right.
All critical for peak performance.
Alright, so dopamine at the regulated levels are very important. Alright? Because that is where you anticipate na gusto mong kunin yung goals mo, importante yun. Hindi all, yung sinasabi nila advertisement that dopamine is 100% bad because it's addictive and all. You can regulate that as well. You need to regulate that, but it's also good. For example, kasi yung adrenaline, which is also important for peak performance, is actually a substrate of dopamine, which means that it first becomes it's first dopamine and then it translates later on into adrenaline. Are we here? So yeah. Okay, next. Marami itong part na to. Cognitive flexibility and for problem solving. Anybody who wants to volunteer?
Yes.
Sino mag-volunteer?
Zero.
Wala na. Okay, ito po, meron po mag-volunteer dito. Ma'am, thank you so much ha. Then we have one here. What's your volunteer?
Tapos na ako. Dapat guest.
Please pass the mic.
Friends. New breeds.
Are you guys learning so far?
Yes. New
Parang
scientist.
aso lang.
New scientist.
Nakaka-addict po man din yung you're learning about your own brain, no? Yes, ma'am.
Slow down.
Cognitive flexibility for problem solving. Beyond one right answer. A fixed mindset gets stuck on pre-existing solutions, hindering creativity and innovation. Cognitive flexibility allows us to approach problems from different angles and find novel solutions.
All right. Have you heard someone in Yusana saying, "Ginawa ko na lahat"?
Sure. Charity.
Tama? Pwedeng ginawa mo na lahat, but your lahat is not enough. I did my best. My best wasn't good enough. So do it some more. Explore some more. Hello.
Summer din po.
Cognitive flexibility, my friends. Very important in a fast-changing world. You keep on experimenting until you find out what works. And by the time it's working, later the circumstances will change. And then eventually you need to adjust. You know, I think there are a lot of people in Yusana who really did it well at the beginning. Tapos later on, parang no matter how much they do it, parang ungot na siya. And perhaps the reason is because we have very entrenched thinking about the way it should be done when it's not working anymore. So you have to be fair, you have to have cognitive flexibility. So
Right.
there's a landmark study. They wanted to figure out the brain of successful entrepreneur. And they wanted to find out one characteristic that's most dominant in the brains of successful entrepreneur. Would you like to know what they figured out? Successful entrepreneurs are actually individuals with high cognitive flexibility. So intelligence, we have a way of, psychologically, we say that intelligence is when you know a lot. Could be right, but from a neuroscientific point of view, intelligence is simply measured through cognitive flexibility. the ability of your brain to be so flexible in any situation that it can actually tap on your past experience, imagination, intuition, whatever, to find the best way forward. Mabilis yung utak mo para mahanap yung solution forward.
Grabe.
That's intelligence, my friends.
Mind blown.
So hindi intelligence yung ang dami-dami mong natutunan, pero pag binigyan ka ng problema, isang way lang ang alam mo. Kaya di mo siya nasusolve. That's not intelligence at all.
Mind blown.
Hello? Dapat marunong kang maghanap ng iba-ibang kung saan mo dadaanin. Are we here?
Yes.
Allah.
Yes, yes,
Ang dami natin maling perspective, no?
Yes.
Para sa mga matatalino dyan, adjust. Number 2.
Tama yun.
The role of the prefrontal cortex, the brain area responsible for executive functions like decision making and planning, is strengthened through challenges and new experiences. A growth mindset actively seeks these challenges, enhancing cognitive flexibility.
Correct. Para saan pa nagamitin mo yung executive function ng brain mo pag wala namang situation where it is needed. So kung laging comfort zone ka, more likely you don't use this a lot.
Yes.
If you just want to stay within your comfort zone or something familiar, why do you think your brain will tell you when this actually needs a lot of energy? Your brain will always choose the path that will require lesser energy. That's why gumagawa siya ng highways para hindi mo na siya pag-isipan pagdating ng panahon para wala nang energy gagamitin doon. O konti na lang. Nakuha niyo po ba? When you're using your conscious brain, prefrontal cortex, right, it will use a lot of energy. Get that? So, ibig sabihin, kung comfort zone ka lang, wala ka namang goal, wala namang lahat, and all, then hindi mo siya magagamit to. Hindi masyado nagagamit to. Ito yung pinaka-importante. Hawakan niyo noon yun. Hindi yan, noon lang yan, yung nasa loob mo. Okay? So, yun yung pinaka-importante. Alright? Nakuha mo ba natin? So, paano daw ito na-access? When there are challenges? Yes? When you're seeking challenges, new experiences. And every new experience, every time, may challenge talaga. Yes or yes? Yes. Yes or yes? You know, I really thought before that I had imposter syndrome because I wouldn't believe that I achieved what I achieved. And even if I achieve it, I still think that it's not, I did not. I perhaps did not. I just probably had some favor in my life. Because growing up, my father used to tell me na, because I was doing a lot of things, and then my father, well, you know, my father was workaholic, but we were not rich, we were very poor, he was a mechanic. Tapos, no, grabe na, we're very poor, he was a mechanic. Social, walang pera, di ba? Mas may social pa dyan. Mamalay kay nanay ko, kasama niya ako. Sabi ko, Mom, why is this so wet? At market for Karangal. Sabi ko, huwag mo katatawag-tawagin na Mom. Kasi kakaya. So one time, wala na kami maulam. Kanin na lang. Sabi ko, Mom, salt again? Social, di ba? Kahit asin mo lang yung ulam, salt again? Yung nanay ko, mayaman sila. Tapos, she got married to their worker, who's my father. Babae siya, pinalaya sila, din ang laki ng and then she had to adjust. But I actually grew up in a home where kahit hindi kami mayaman, nakaset yung table namin. Kahit hindi kami mayaman. Kahit walang ulam, nakaset talaga. As in, set lang. You know? So I learned how to use the utensils growing up, pero walang ulam. What for? Sumuka ng scaffolding eh. So growing up, parang yung mga friends ko, because I get to speak, you know, in a way, somehow parang properly in words. And then growing up, tapos Bisaya na community, Bisaya pa kami, di ba? Sino mga Bisaya dito? Ibang gahit yung Bisaya dito. If you're really poor, di ba kung mahirap kayo, yung salita nyo doon, talagang manikin, gano'n. Tama ba? Kaya ako, bibili ako minsan, tapos sasabihin ko, of course, kahit yung Bisaya, halo yung magkasabi. Sabihin ko, Ma'am, wala pa niyo nasolve ako change. Hindi na sasabihin niya, change. And I was, ano ba talaga sabihin yun? Hindi yun lang naman yung alam ko na
Tama
sabihin
naman
sa kanila.
yun.
Wala narinig ko yung iba, change pala. Change alam ko. Change. Narinig ko ako kung ano susundin ko. Change or what? Change. Pero mga Bisaya, di ba? Keep the change. Anyway, so, ano ba yung story ko? So I thought I had imposter syndrome because I never felt like I accomplished something authentically.
Tama.
So people were asking me, how did you go through, you were so busy, but you went through graduate school, and you went through, you also chose a very complicated program, blah, 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 and all. And then when I was through it, I was like, sabi niya, ang hirap-hirap nun. And I remember, and I really thought about, baka talagang naaawa lang ang Diyos sa akin, tapos ang dami kong favor kay Lord, tapos okay na lahat. My wife didn't even know that I added, di ba, hindi ko tinapos yung master's ko. Pero dahil nag-BBA ako, tapos di ko maintindihan yung principles, I decided to get an MBA while I was doing my doctorate.
Saya naman nun.
And then, I graduated magna cum laude while doing my MBA at the same time. And then my wife was like, kailan ka nag-MBA? Sabi ko, I was doing MBA when I was doing doctorate. Sabi niya, bakit ka may diploma? Bakit ka magna cum laude and all? I didn't even see. So, it's not because I was intelligent, I just worked so hard to learn. Because I love learning. And na-realize ko lang, hindi pala siya siguro imposter syndrome. Kasi, one time, we were gathering, just a few months ago, we were in Misamis City, we were gathering, and I noticed that some of our leaders and governments would say, ang hirap-hirap ng dinadaanan nila, ang hirap gawin, ang hirap kunin ng goals. Tapos na-realize ko, I reflected, I never said mahirap kunin ang goal, ever in my entire life. Never. Really. I know na mahirap siya. But ang mindset ko lang, even when I was young, I just need to learn para hindi siya magiging mahirap. And it's just a matter of learning. And I realized all my life, I was like that. If it's challenging, ang isipin ko lang, how much time do I need to spend so that I would learn it? Diba? Paano yung time management ko, energy management ko, so that I can learn it as fast as I could? Are we here? And that's exactly what I did. I realized that I was so good at working so hard to be smart. I'm not smart, but I work so hard to be smart, to learn something. And that's why I get to accomplish things as well. So wala akong masyadong drama yung sinasabi ng hirap-hirap, kinuha ko to. Honestly, wala akong ganyang drama na talagang nagsunog ako ng kilay or whatever. Wala akong mga drama ganyan. In fact, I make fun of the hardships I go through in my life. Really, when it comes to getting goals, I make fun of it. If you've heard me tell my story growing up, it's always about, it's a funny experience growing up. But for other people, I'm hirap, dinamatay and all. Probably I was just so blessed that I don't think of that way. I just thought about it as a process. Everybody goes through it anyway. Ano bang pipiliin mo? Di mo na nga alam. Gusto mo parang galit-galit. Tama ba? Eh di natural lang. Kung di mo alam, hindi mahirap talaga siya. Pero hindi siya permanently mahirap kung bibilisan mo na matuto ka.
Yeah.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
So yun, kaya wala ako naging neuroplasticity, di ba? Dahil neuroplasticity na yan. Number 3.
Adaptability. In today's
Di ba?
fast-paced world,
Sa pandali lang, I like how you said that. Or change. So, I love it. I love how she reads that. Go.
in today's fast-paced world, the ability to adapt to unexpected situations is paramount. Cognitive flexibility allows us to pivot quickly, find alternative solutions, and maintain our performance even in challenging circumstances.
Exactly what I was telling you. Thank you for that. Right? Hanap lang ng solusyon. If it's not working this way, find a way. The reason why you're not advancing, you're not getting your goals, is because you're too entrenched to a certain way of doing it. Hello? Maybe there's a better way of doing it. It's not reinventing the wheel, it's just being adaptable. A lot of things have changed after the pandemic. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
But still you want to bring back the glory you had before the pandemic. My friends, is a whole new world. Everyone in business knows that.
Yes, definitely.
Baka ikaw na lang ang hindi nakakaalam, but after the pandemic, it's an extremely new world. Hello? For example, I'll give you an example. I was talking to some of the executives of a big corporation 2 days ago. And for example, before, a lot of people actually glorify hard work to the point of almost like killing yourself. But you try to say that to Gen Z today, they think you're foolish. You don't know what self-care is all about. And that self-care is an important factor for peak performance.
That's right.
Yes? So you have, at hindi rin pwede puro ka self-care. Tama ba?
Yun.
You show that you are an achiever, you show that you work so hard, but you also show how to take care of yourself and other people. Hello? Tapos nagpapakita mong success, nagbutay-butay ka na talaga.
Oo nga naman. Glory.
Ang pangit-pangit mo na. Di ba? Saglit. Nakalimutan mo na mag-supply, whatever. Walang susunod sa'yo. Ano bang business na ito nagpapapangit?
That's so right. Why do they have glorified na?
Ano ba yung mga yan? May contest pa sa kanila kung sino ang pinakaunang tumanda. Tama, dapat hindi ganyan dahil yung sana tayo, tama ba? Pinapansin kayo sa mga tayo sana leaders na nag-persist. Tingnan mo naman si Mentor Tina, di ba?
Yeah, fresh na fresh.
Blooming, right?
True.
Grabe.
Pabata ko.
Kahit yan na lang yung future natin, di ba? Kaya blooming na natin pagdating ng panahon. Gusto niyo ba yan? O ayan. So malalaman mo pagdating ng panahon kung nag-usana or not. Kasi madidilim ang mukha nila, tapos walang flow, walang cellular nutrition yan.
Grabe.
Totoo.
Yeah.
Totoo. You know, we had a reunion with our high school batchmates. And I joined them and all. But years before I looked like them. I looked old. I think I look younger now, right? So, because of Usana, sobra. Di ba alam ko collagen yan, ha? Secret, okay lang? I started using Celavive, sorry. Hindi ako nagsiCelavive before. My wife hates me for that. Hindi ko sakita niyo asawa ko, di ba, bata-bata.
Perfect.
Pero pagod na pagod ako sa sinasabi ng mga tao kasi akala nila anak ko siya. Sabi ko, wala injustice ba? Makakapatay ako ng tao. So I decided after the Malaysia APC,
Kaya
to apply
pala.
Celavive.
Wow.
Na-realize ko ang bilis pala ng epekto niya. Kung talagang consistent guys, bakit ngayon ko lang ginawa?
First application yan.
Sana
Di ba?
naman
Iba na nga
dapat
ng
yan. Mas baka
Balik sa Malaysia.
Ngayon, nag-reunion
Hindi
kami.
nakakapag-lady. Oo nga.
Hala, pag-reunion lang sa kanila. Ano nangyari sa'yo? Sabi ko, bakit ano nangyari? Sabi nila, pare, parang may kasama tayong anak. Sabi ko, salamat ako ng anak kayo. Hindi na ako ang tatay. Grabe. I'm approaching 50, so my age group, matanda na talaga. You know how I introduce myself to other people? I don't joke, but I tell people, my name is Rob and all. So, tell me about yourself. I'm approaching 60 years old.
Oo.
Really? Hindi ko muna babawiin. Hindi ko muna binabawi. Di ba narinig nyo pag nag-assist ako? I'm approaching 60 years old. Hindi ko muna binabawi. Nakikinig talaga sila sa presentation ng products. Tapos sa ending, di ba nag-sign up na sila? You know, remember when I told you I'm approaching 60? That's gonna happen 1 decade from now. But impressed pa rin sila dahil 60 na, 50 na ako, di ba? Right? Diba? So, anyway, ano ba connection nun?
Yung product, mabibenta mo agad pag ganyan.
Alright, so,
Exactly.
it's very important. Highly successful people are dedicated to an improvement loop. Can I borrow your pens again? So an improvement loop. So the performance tracking would usually require this, would usually involve this. Number one, identifying ano talaga yung key results na gusto mo. And sticking with it. They do not revise the key results. So for example, in this case, let's say your key result is $1,000 per week. Sino dito may gusto ng $1,000 per week? Raise your hand.
Definitely.
Alright. Now, kung athlete ka, usually something that you can quantify. A key result has to be something you can quantify. Are we here? So let's say $1,000 per week in your USANA, then you identify what are the most vital actions you need to do to get $1,000 per week. Are we here? So ang vital, it's called vital because if you don't do them, your business will die. In the same way, na yung vital stats natin, vital stats ba tawag doon? Vital signs natin, if they start to drop, right, and you don't regulate them, then you could die. Diba? In an emergency situation, yun ang unang tinitingnan.
Yes.
Pag hindi ka medical professional, titingnan mo yung dugo, yung sakit, how morbid, whatever. Yes, but medical professionals will look at the vital signs first. Because the results of the vital sign, minsan tayo sasabihin natin, bagal naman nila, ba't hindi pa nila naasikaso yun? Ang dami-dami ng dugo ang lumabas. Tama ba? Pero medical professionals will look at the vital signs first. Because what's the use of trying to put a splint on a fractured bone if bumababa naman yung blood pressure niya ng todo? Ibig sabihin, mamamatay na siya. Right? Simpleng bagay, pero importante. Marami sa atin dito, some people in Luzon, they're so busy, tama? Ang tagal-tagal umuwi, pero hindi naman pala vital action ang ginagawa. So kailangan meron kang vital actions. You have to identify that. I don't know what your vital actions are, but I tell you, I'm actually publishing a book. It's the first evidence-based book in network marketing. So it's a global study involving over 100,000 people in 27 countries, different companies. So, and I wanted to figure out kung ano talaga yung mga vital actions in network marketing regardless of style. Because I wanted to figure out ano yung pwedeng i-duplicate regardless of the style. Kasi minsan may style eh. Tanggalin mo yung style, ano na pwede duplicate? Baka naman magaling lang talaga siya magsalita, pero hindi siya duplicable. Tama? At hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin, dapat hindi ka magaling magsalita para duplicable ka. I-edge mo na nga yun eh, di ba? Tama ba? It's an edge. So lately I realized, when I went back to Sana, hindi ako magaling. I think magaling naman ako kahit paano. But I'm not so good at one-on-one because I'm so impatient. I am so impatient because you know, I think about, because since I am panahon ko rito, I'm a Marshall Goldsmith coach. I'm paid 2.5 million per client. 12 na beses na kami mag-uusap in 1 year. And I'm like, tapos ito, 50,000 lang naman ipag-uusap ko dito. Dami-dami objections. Tama ba? Tapos 3 oras na kami, isa-snap pa ako. So, hindi ko siya kinakaya. Parang feeling ko, bastos ko. Sabihin ko kaya sa kanya, ano track record ko? Umaga utak ko na, but I'm only thinking, okay, let's do it for the downline and all. But I also realized that I have a very strong batting average when I'm speaking in front, doing the presentations and all. So, I realized I just need to work harder on that. To be able to assist on my downlines. I don't really care if I get to speak every day. Sabi ko sa kanila, organize kayo every day. Every day ako magsasalita kung yun lang magpapaproduce ng sale. Tama ba? Maramihan. And all. So, they do that. Pero hindi pa rin sila nag-organize. I don't know why. Mahal daw mag-organize. Some people would think, mahal mag-organize. But if you get to think how much is coming. Okay lang ba sa inyo dito mag-total freedom tayo tapos 1 week na dito ako? I'm very certain about my ability to close sales when I'm really happy. Really high batting average, I tell you, really high. Right? My downlines know that. Really high. Pag one-on-one, effort. Meron ako in-assist dito kasi magsi-silver director siya. I only have 2 days and a half. Sabi ko, okay, let's get your $1,000 2 days and a half. Give me all of these people. Kailangan may kausap tayo. Tapos pressure ko siya konti. Alam mo paano ko siya pressure? Sabi niya, kain na po kayo, Doc. Sabi ko, alam mo ba hindi ako kumakain ng natitita ko sa gold? Sa gabi na, pinapakain niya ako. Sabi ko, hindi ko tapos gold natin. Paano yun to? Na-pressure ko, kinabukasan na. Maraming takot. Sabi niya, Doc, kahit naman hindi sila mag-enroll dahil nandito ka na, sige na, go na lang ako niya. Sabi ko, hindi ganyan yung business natin. Bibilin mo lahat yan and all? That's not what our business is about. Bring people. So we spoke to a lot of people and all. And eventually, nagpatulong din kami na, okay, ganito, pa-close yung ano. And eventually, she's able to get, she got it. She can say the word. Hindi pa ako kumain. Siyempre, pag uwi ko, kumain ako. Hindi ko lang akong lakas kinabukasan. Pero hindi ko sinabi. Hindi rin ako nagsinungaling. Sabi ko lang, hindi talaga ako kumakain pag di pa tapos yung goal. Pero ang totoo, gutom na gutom na ako. Kasi sabi ko, gusto lang kaya ako, gutom na gutom na. Ba't ko pa sinabi yun? Walang pro de honor. Lumabas lang kasi sa bibig ko eh. So you need to have vital actions. So vital actions, okay lang, sabihin ko sa inyo ang content ng it will come up in a book. I cannot divulge everything. Magagalitan ako ng publisher natin. But, yeah. So, you've heard me say Carpe Diem, right? Yeah. It had a lot of versions. So, but I was right about Carpe Diem. So, you connect to people, right? And then appointments, we call that approach in the older term in USANA. And then you retail products, yes? And then you present the opportunity, yes? And then enrollment follow-ups. So those people who scored high on this, just by doing all of that, consistently, on a daily basis, kung titingnan mo sa patterns ng turnout, because we actually measured it in terms of their results, existing results. So most of them, and we filtered out everything in terms of high performance that we call, the minimum would be $3,000 per month na income, not per week. But this gave them $3,000 per month.
Yeah.
Income, consistently.
50,000.
Vital.
$3,000.
Hello? Pero gusto nyo malaman sa mga kumita ng more than 3,000 at kumita sila ng $5,000 per month? May dinagdag sila. And then I changed again. Gusto ko lang talaga yung Carpe Diem because it means it's the day. So ang dinagdag nila, yung mga hindi gumawa nito hanggang dito lang. Yung mga gumawa nito, pumasok income nila. And you can see that. When you do regression analysis and all, this will come out. Downline calling.
Oh, yes.
Those who call their downlines very often are the ones who are making more money compared to those who are only doing this.
Right.
Hello? Yes! What else? Immersion. Ano yung immersion? Diba? Sometimes we're so entrenched, we do not question whether we're effective or not. Immersion is when you immerse in an environment with a totally higher standard than yours for more than 48 hours. Benchmarking ka. For example, APC. You go there 3 days, 4 days, tama? And then you observe other people, you ask people, you get that, you get more inputs. Those who are good at immersing themselves and also taking their downline so that they would be immersed are also the ones who make more money than people who are only doing this. Hello? Parang hindi kayo masaya. Dahil hindi nyo ginawa. Pero, ito lang naman yung kailangan mong gawin pala eh. Just be consistent. Tapos E, ano to? Event maximization. Meaning, yung may pinakamaraming bit-bit sa event are the ones who are making money than those who are simply doing this. In other words, this is personal leadership. Tama? Ikaw lang ang involved. This is dyad leadership. You have leadership over people under you. In terms of one-on-one, mostly. And M is modeling high performance. Ikaw mismo may goal kang personal performance. You're also chasing your own goals, and people see you chasing your goals. You get that? There you go. Madali lang ba mag-network marketing? Madali lang ba yung sana? Ang dali no? Gagawin mo lang. Sino rin? Kailangan ba ito ng skill? Tatawag ka lang naman. Kung may load ka, pwede mo na siyang gawin. Sino rin gusto mag-goal director? Eh di, isalin nyo to dahil $5,000 sabi dito, or goal director yan. Tama ba? Consistent kayo dito, consistent kayo dito. Immerse, hanap kayo ng opportunity. Pag nakita nyo, wala ng energy, hindi na nakikinig yung mga tao sa'yo, kahit anong sabihin mo, para hindi na nagtatrabaho, immerse nyo silang lahat. Sama-sama kayo. Get that?
Yes.
More than 48 hours. And then, maximize the events, model live performance. You need to have a goal yourself. Dati, mentoring yan. But through regression analysis, it did not come out that those who are great mentors can actually reach income like this. But they have to be chasing their own goals. So compared to simply mentoring and chasing your own goal has a power over simply mentoring your goals. Science, my friends. Sino gusto makipagdebate? Wala? Sundin na lang natin, okay? If you can give me a stas. So alam naman natin yung mga yan, tama ba? Pero ba't di natin ginagawa? Dahil di natin alam yun. Dahil, bakit di natin ginagawa? That was my also second question. So second layer to the research that I did was to figure out why some people are consistent while others are not. And it gave me drivers. Right. Okay lang. Di ko sasabihin lahat sa inyo, parang bumili pa rin din ng libro.
Kailan kaya?
Okay? Pero ito, importante ito, resilience. Bakit importante ang resilience? Alright. Sa resilience, it's like this. Everybody listen. Right? A lot of us have a misconception about failure. Right? So failure is part of success. But it is not acceptable to end with failure. For high performers recognize that failure is an inescapable, inevitable part of success. Yes or yes?
Yes.
But it's not acceptable to end with failure. Ang problema karamihan sa atin, we're okay ending with failure and then we quit. Or we don't want to go through failure as part of the process. So, pag may goal ka, let's say ito yung goal mo, ibaw mo sa bato, hanggang di mo siya makuha, huwag kang tumigil. Kahit ilang beses ka pang mag-fail. Tama ba? Now, because failure is part of success, then you need to develop a skill. Ano yung skill? To bounce back from failure. That's resilience. The skill of bouncing back. The reason a lot of people are not consistent with this, because they're low on resilience. They don't know how to bounce back. They don't have the skill of bouncing back. Now, how do you know that you have the skill of bouncing back? A simple way of knowing, after interviewing all of them. Ito yung na-observe ko. Okay lang? Yes. You would know if the person has a skill of bouncing back depending on the length of the drama time after a failure. Meaning, kung let's say nag-fail ka, di mo nakuha yung goal mo, tapos inabot ka ng 2 months bago ka makabangon, apply. Di mo na ako magpapakita, hanapin ko muna ang sarili ko. Ibig sabihin, mababa ka sa resilience. Improve ka na kung 2 weeks nakakabangon ka. Mas improve ka after failure kung 2 days nakabangon ka na. Tama ba? Pumalpak ka, di mo nakuha. Pero after 2 minutes, nagpaplano ka na. Paano ulit kukunin yung goal mo?
Yes.
That's resilience, my friend.
After 2 minutes, bro.
That's one important driver para maging consistent rito. Hello? Bigyan ko pa kayo ng isa, okay lang? Okay, psychological terms to kasi study. Okay? Internal locus of control. Ano yon? Anybody who knows? Internal locus of control? Ibig sabihin, your focal point for control is internal, not external. Because the moment your focal point for control becomes external, you're dead. Ibig sabihin, for as long as you recognize na nasa iyo ang susi para maka-move forward ka, para maging successful ka, you can be consistent with ease. Pero the moment tumingin ka na, labas sa'yo, kasi ang upline ko, kasi walang stocks, kasi ang environment, kasi ang economy, kasi ang ganito, that's external locus of control. And people who have external locus of control are not consistent with this. Why? Because they turn out to be victims. And victims never build dreams.
Doon talaga.
Because victims cannot create a vision. Victims are anchored on the past. Visionaries are actually future-focused. Hello? And by the way, even if you say, I just stay put, observe and all, guess what? Pag wala kang ginawa, there's no middle ground here. There's no middle ground, my friends. Why? Pag nandito ka lang, maghintay mo na ako, waiting mo na ako, you're losing. Because in this part of eternity, time is an element. And even if you're not ready, time will still move forward. So that means if you stay, you're actually moving backwards.
Oh, wow.
Because time will never wait for you.
Grabe naman yan.
Hello? Hala? Mga waiting natin dyan.
Grabe.
So, bakit pag nagkakaroon ng external locus of control, hindi na magiging consistent rito? Simple. Because when people are externally focused, have external locus of control, they think that the one in control is outside of them. They eventually learn, their brains will get so rewired, and then it develops what we call learned helplessness. You are not really helpless in the situation, but you think you are helpless.
No. Drama
So
queen
when you think
naman.
you're helpless, do you think you will still have the motivation to wake up to do this? No. So baka ang iba dyan hindi naka-move forward dahil ang lagi mong tinitingnan, ang grupo kasi namin, ang appel ko kasi, ang president ko kasi, yung government kasi, yung economy kasi, yung presidente kasi ng Pilipinas, yung kasi. Kung nakita ko silang lahat, napaka-complicated naman ang buhay mo. Ang daming may interest sa'yo. Hello?
Syndrome.
Bato-bato sa langit, natamaan, huwag magalit, magbago ka na lang.
Main character.
Hello, do you want more? Yes! Hindi ko na maalala. Entrepreneurial drive. So you know what that is? It does nothing. You know what that is?
Sa libro na lang.
So what is entrepreneurial? Look at the dictionary. Entrepreneurial means that you are willing to risk money because you
Of the
believe,
return.
because you know it's a way to make money.
Mm.
All entrepreneurs are like that.
Yeah.
You're willing to risk money because you know it's a way to make money.
Yes.
There's no other way. Di ba si Sir, may-ari ng telecommunication niya, alam niya, entrepreneurial drive. Bakit maraming hindi mayaman? Walang entrepreneurial drive. Hindi naglalabas niya. Pag di mo nilabas yan, Torres, hindi rin tutubo yan. Tama ba? Dapat ang pera pinapagrow, hindi